in your pregnancy did you discover that there may be an issue?
I was 18 weeks along and we were doing our level 2 ultrasound.
What did you think when you first heard that your baby had a problem in utero?
We didn't know what to think. It was kind of scary and didn't have a lot of information at first, so they had to tell us all the possibilities of what could happen, so it was just very scary.
I agree with him. It was very nerve-wracking and took a little while to actually realize that there was truly something wrong.
You can be amazing, you can turn a phrase into a weapon or a drug. You can be the outcast to be the backlash.
Describe what CLOVES syndrome is.
So CLOVES is an acronym, and it stands for like congenital lipomatous overgrowth, vascular, epidermal nevus, and scoliosis.
Or spinal.
Yeah, spinal scoliosis. So it affects everyone differently, but how it affects Adeline mostly is overgrowth.
Somebody's lack of love, or you can start speaking up. Nothing's gonna hurt you the way the words do when they settle near your skin. Kept on the inside and no sunlight, sometimes a shadow wins. But I wonder what would happen if you say what you wanna say and let the words fall.
When was Adeline first diagnosed with CLOVES?
So the first trip that we went up to Boston Children's, which was in July, so she was probably a little over 12 weeks, was when they actually diagnosed her with CLOVES.
Did you have any clue what CLOVES syndrome was until Addie was diagnosed?
We had no clue, and
Had never
we
heard of it.
still are learning a lot about it.
You wanna say and let the words fall out. Honestly, I wanna see you.
Do you prefer people to ask you about it or not?
Yes. I think it's very difficult for people to ask, but we would prefer that people ask about what it is and what caused it, and so that way we can help spread awareness about CLOVES rather than people just staring and pretending like nothing's wrong.
Just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. Just wanna see you.
When was Adeline's first procedure?
Her first procedure is when she was like 5 months, and they removed an extra digit on her left foot because both her feet were actually affected by the syndrome. But it was quick and pretty minor.
Just wanna see you. I just wanna see you. Just wanna see you.
How does it affect the child with CLOVES syndrome as they get older?
So we don't really know because CLOVES is so new. So again, it affects everyone differently anyways. So her leg will continue to get bigger, but we really don't know that much yet.
I wanna see you be brave. Everybody's been there, everybody's been stared down by the enemy. Falling for the fear and don't to disappear and bow down to the mighty. Don't run, just stop holding your tongue.
Have you gotten the chance to connect with any other patients with CLOVES or any other families affected by CLOVES syndrome?
So luckily, because of social media, there's actually an entire Facebook community in regards to CLOVES. So we've connected with people on there, which is nice because you can put questions out there and other people who have experienced it can answer them. We also were lucky enough to meet a girl in Boston. She just happened to be there for a checkup. She's 24-year-old, and she actually has the same issues that Adeline has. She's got her foot and her leg that are affected. So we were able to meet her and talk about how she's,
Maybe there's a way out of the cage.
Does Adeline have to have many more procedures?
She, we don't really know exactly, but she does have another one coming up in probably like 8 weeks. And then she'll have one probably a couple months after that. And that's really all we know right now. It's kind of, after that, we'll see what happens. But she probably will.
What did the doctors tell you would be her options for treating this syndrome?
So I think the key thing to know is there's no cure for CLOVES, and because it's still such a new diagnosis that even the doctors are still learning and there's so much research being done in order to find out different ways to help at least the symptoms of CLOVES. With her, she's already had 2 vascular surgeries to help with the veins. And then her big surgery will actually be amputating her right foot to make her life more functional and be able to get around easier. So.